confidence. Effortlessly, you let them know who is in command. You just that and more. Don't forget it. God worked hard on you for sure. Lexus, Exodus. Shout out to my exes.
Y'all black females out here, y'all don't understand the struggles of being a black man out here in America and not knowing whether or not you gonna make it home to your children every night because of the police gunning you down.
But don't y'all be out here gunning each other down?
Okay, but we ain't talking about that.
Hell, don't y'all be rapping about killing each other in music?
We ain't talking about that either. We can talk about killing each other in rap music, but we don't like the police killing us. Stay on subject, woman.
You brought up your kids. Tyrone, you don't even see your kids.
And then, yeah, I be trying to see my kids. You know my baby mamas be tripping because I don't want to be with none of them, so they be holding my kids from me. You know that.
Okay, but your baby mama saying you don't get them no child support either.
Okay, but I still be going out my way to try to see them.
They live 5 minutes from my house, Tyrone.
That is out my way, woman. See, y'all, that's why we don't like y'all black women's mouths. Y'all run y'all mouth too much. Y'all always bringing up stuff that's irrelevant.
Well, was you cheating on me irrelevant?
I only cheated on you 10 times. You act like I do it every day, bruh. See, that's why we date women of other races, man.
Hey, boos, hey. It is Lexus Exodus, leader of the Black Woman Exodus. How are y'all doing? And like always, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. Please share. Please comment in the comment section. Say what's up to me in the chat. Let me know that you all are listening. Also, when you have a moment, please do me a favor and follow my backup channel. It is called LexX. That is LEXEX. And you'll also see the link in the description below. Also, when you have a moment, please follow me on all my socials. You can find me at Lexus Exodus everywhere. That includes Facebook and Instagram. Also on TikTok, even though they tried to cancel your girl, I'm back. So please take a second and follow me on my social media platforms. I'd love to see you guys over there. This is another installment of my series called the Blackistan Zoo, where we profile the dusty derelicts, crazy creatures, and animals in Blackistan. Tonight, we are going to do a Blackistan Zoo Celebrity Edition, okay? And we are going to talk about the creep Trey Songz, y'all. And I wanted to talk about him just because there have been numerous abuse allegations against him. And so now it's time to do a deep dive and see what's really going on here. Okay, so very quickly, we've talked about before how the Blackistan creep is a dusty who is a sexual deviant. So he's very perverted, he's very skeevy, and he gets this weird sadistic pleasure in engaging in very unusual sexual activity. Okay, so they run the gamut, and they may be exhibitionists, they may be chesters, they may be into bestiality and like animals, or they can simply be sexual abusers like Trey Songz, who like to harm unsuspecting people. Okay, so now that we know the profile of the creep, I really want to get into this deep dive of Trey Songz and all of his assault allegations, y'all. So it's so crazy because recently more allegations have came out. Another woman has alleged that Trey Songz has abused her, that he has R-worded her. However, this is nothing new, and this is a recurrent theme for Trey Songz, for the R&B singer, as these allegations come to light almost every year or so. So I want to go back to 2012 and look at when these allegations started and really just analyze all of these stories about women alleging that Trey has harmed them. Okay. So in 2012, a stripper did that the singer assaulted her and left her with a black eye. So let's review this first story. So this was reported almost a decade ago. It says that Trey Songz was at a strip club and he was throwing dollar bills at a woman, but it got him arrested because he harmed a stripper and it resulted in a black eye. Okay. And It says that cops described the incident this way in the criminal complaint. Tremaine Neverson, that's Trey Songz' legal name, that's his government name. He did throw a sum of United States currency at the complainant and said some of U.S. currency struck the complainant's left eye, causing substantial pain to her left eye. Okay. And I remember when this happened like yesterday. This was awful, but everyone laughed it off and they thought, oh, it's nothing serious. He was just having fun and he accidentally hit her in the face. That's what you're supposed to do, is throw money and make it rain on strippers. But this was just the beginning of a lengthy documented history of him harming women. Okay. So I want to fast forward to 2015. Where a woman who's apparently a singer said that she was also accosted by this creepy nignog. So let's watch this interview where this Becky talks about how he attempted to engage in sexual activity with her, but she declined.
Who has it on you? We want a big celebrity. Who's it on you? You're a beautiful girl. Come on.
Can I say that?
Yeah. Nobody's listening. Nobody's watching.
I have to say built it up.
Yeah, say it.
I don't know.
What's my telephone? You send it down and then I'll say it.
I'm being still for this, but I went to a wedding. I went to my lawyer's wedding, and it was like they rented like a mansion, and everybody at the end, it was like only like 50 of us at the end of the party. It's like all these, some of the Victoria's Secret models, his big clients, and Trey Songz was there with his date. And I go to the pool house, literally, and I swear on everything. He's giving me the eye all night, and I was like, okay, what's going on? This is weird. I go to the pool house, just like right by the pool, and he literally is at the door and pushes me against the wall and puts his lips on my lips and is like, let's do this. I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I'm supposed to.
This story is great.
Same thing has happened to me with Trey Songz. So totally.
Honestly, I'm probably going to get killed for this. I'm not really in it.
No.
And then he held you down, right?
No. No, it was cool. I said, no, I said, I can't, I'm not doing this right
Your
now.
lawyer dropped the charges, though, right?
Stop! No, but I said, no, I'm not trying to do this right now. He was playing anyway. I don't want that anyway. He walked out. That's something else happened, but I'm not going to say that. But
It's just a smooth way to deal with the rejection.
Yeah.
I was just playing. I was just kidding anyways.
So this is awful. So this woman attests that Trey is a weirdo. He's a creepy perv, y'all. They were at a damn wedding, for God's sake, and he actually brought a date. And this lady says Trey Songz forced himself on her and cornered her. And fortunately, he stopped when she ordered him to stop, because apparently it panned out differently for all the other women that he's done this to. So let's fast forward to 2016, where this creep got arrested for assaulting a police officer after a concert. And this doesn't deal with sexual abuse, and this doesn't deal with harming a woman, but I think it does illustrate a documented history of him being violent and him displaying very erratic behavior. So let's watch this and then we will chat.
That's correct. Trey Songz, whose real name is Tremaine Neverson, and he was released from the Detroit Detention Center here around 2:15 this afternoon. He was released after being arraigned on a misdemeanor and a felony after what seemed like a meltdown at the end of his concert last night. Here's his arraignment that was only on 7.
Your name, please.
My client is a resident of the state of Virginia. He does not have a prior criminal record. Thus, he's not a danger to the public. I don't believe that he's a flight risk in this matter. My client is a national recording artist. The incident that last year is also something that occurred while he was acting in his public employment as an entertaining during the concert at Joe Louis Arena.
And 32-year-old Neverson has been charged with assaulting a police officer. That's a felony. And 1 count of aggravated assault. That's a misdemeanor, and it's for allegedly throwing a microphone stand into the crowd because he was upset that his mic was cut off at the end of his concert. Police say he threw microphone speakers around during what appeared to be a full-on tantrum over that mic being cut off. Then, in his dressing room is where police say Neverson punched a police sergeant. That sergeant sustained a concussion, and Neverson was arrested. Now, he has been released from the Detroit Detention Center here after, again, posting $2,500. That is actually 10% of the $25,000 bond that was set. The judge allowed for 10% on his case. Back to you.
All right, Kim, is this the first run-in for Trey Songz with police?
Well, a few days ago in D.C., he did have some sort of situation at a casino and hotel, at the MGM Casino and Hotel out there. We don't think he was arrested there, but he did have some choice words for the casino and for police in that situation. But his attorney in court said that he has no criminal history. Back to you.
And how are his fans handling this arrest today?
Yeah, I've never seen so many fans of any entertainer come by the Detroit Detention Center this afternoon. A lot of people are still coming up to us saying, hey, is he still here? Is he still here? He is gone. Let's just get that right out there right now. He is already gone. There were a number of fans out here, probably like maybe 4 or 5, just a handful. And when he saw them leaving, he didn't want to actually talk to the media, but he stopped and took some selfies with those fans. His little entourage kind of made a little loop around to make sure they got back to them. And we'll have that for you coming up at 5 o'clock. Back to you.
All right, Kim, thank you so much. We'll talk to you at 5 then, Brianna.
Ciao. Okay. So this Dusty was in Detroit and had a temper tantrum after a concert. He threw speakers and other equipment. He also assaulted an officer, which resulted in the cop having a concussion. Child, and the newscaster even proceeds to discuss an incident that happened a few days prior to this event where he was also erratic. Okay, so, and again, obviously these incidents aren't related to sexual abuse, but they do show that this creep has a history of being violent and behaving erratically, because who in their right mind, especially with as much as he has to lose, is going around punching police officers and giving them concussions and ish? Like, this fool is a dangerous, violent, volatile creep. Okay. So I want to fast forward to 2017, where actress Keke Palmer also indicated that Trey sexually intimidated her at a party and how she had to hide in the damn closet to get away from his ass, y'all. So let's watch this and then we will unpack.
You guys, I'm honestly so upset and so livid that Trey Songz put me in his artist's video because I told him I didn't want to be in that goddamn video. Literally, I had so much fun New Year's, my trip to Miami. And then the last day, I went to his house because they was having a party. And I've known Trey since I was 12. Ain't kept in touch with him consistently, but I've known him. He's seen me throughout my life. We were signed to the same label under the same production manager when I was a kid. So it's always been love whenever I seen him. I knew he was in Miami. He was doing a party. Cool, I'm going to come through. Me and my friends came through. It was a good time. They start playing a song that I happen to be in. They start saying like they want me to be in it. One person asked me. I say no. Another person asked me. I'm like, no. People keep asking me. Now, mind you, they've been giving food, they've been giving drinks, and I'm just starting to feel like, yo, I'm being like cornered, like, and I'm not in a professional situation. Like, I came here for a party, but I'm being pressured to do business, and I'm not in the right mind. I'm under the influence, and I don't feel like it's fair that I'm having to deal with this right now. Really, I keep getting asked and asked and asked and asked and pressured and put in a situation like, you know, like how you would feel as a young girl. Feel like because I didn't go to high school and college, it was like my first experience of a dude being like, come on. Like, just do this, just do that. Like, that's the kind of feeling. Literally, I got so overwhelmed with what to do, didn't know what to do because I couldn't, like, my Uber wasn't going to get there quick enough time. So I was like, what do I do in this meantime? I know the shit sounds comical as fuck, but y'all, I hid in the goddamn closet. I hid in the goddamn closet because I was so afraid, like, I didn't know what to do. I really, really don't like conflict. And I didn't want to, like, it was just too much. I started to feel overwhelmed. It was like a lot of people constantly saying something. Mind you, my homegirl was so drunk that when they came in, Trey and his assistant, whatever, they came in trying to find my ass, my homegirl pointed to the closet. Saying something, she in the bathroom. They're like, she's not in the bathroom. The bathroom door is open. Like, and she kept pointing to the closet because the closet, y'all, the fact that I fit in there was nuts. Literally, he starts laughing once he opens up the closet and sees I'm in there and sees how nervous I was. He was like, yo, you don't have to be in the video. He was like, damn. He's like, yo, Keke, if you don't want to be in a pop-up video shoot and you want to say that, that's fine. And it's all good. Like, it's good, sis. Flash forward. I'm in the fucking video. How am I in the video? Then I'm thinking back, oh, I'm in the video because you when I was getting pressured, they had set me down. He had set me down on the couch like, this is the idea I have, da da da. But I had no idea that they was filming. He's sitting here telling me that's what he's showing me that they might. And I'm just like, I would never want to say nothing like this public. And I never would want to be like, yo, blah, 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 blah. But honestly, I would be doing a disservice, not only to myself, but to the people that support and follow me if I didn't be like, yo, call this shit out because this shit just not cool. Especially because I'm not the only person this type of stuff happens to. Maybe it's not happening to you with Trey Songz or whoever, but it's happening with you in some situation, you know? And I don't wish to call somebody out, but like, yo, that's not cool. And like for me to look and see the video and to feel that disrespect, like, then you're wrong. You're wrong for saying something. You're wrong for calling something out. Like, no, my thing is just respect me and we're all good. When I say no, let that be that and let's move forward. I just don't appreciate the sexism and the misogyny that is constantly encouraged and accepted. And when it happens and it's done, people want to settle it in private. But the reality is it's not settled in private. The women are disrespected publicly, and then we're supposed to be quiet and accept it. I just can't no more. I just feel like that was a situation that, you know, people was trying to take advantage of me. And then to see that they think they're going to get away with it, no. And it sucks because you don't want that to happen with people that you admire, you love, and you support. You want them to protect you. You don't want them to try to take advantage of you. And I think that's why I feel mostly disappointed is because I want to be able to be like, yo, I support my brother and shit like that. But I can't when you don't support me. And what's even worse is when you see the females that feel as if, you know, let it happen to you. Let it happen to you. The fact that even other females don't want to support each other in speaking up when they feel as if they've been taken advantage of or disrespected, that is gross. And I'm really not even saying the half of it.
Child, poor Kiki. So this is just a hot fucking mess. And around this time, people laughed at Kiki Palmer when she shared her story and her experiences with this fool. But it's clear, especially in hindsight. I mean, we've seen women come out over and over and over again and say that they were victimized in this manner by this man. So clearly something is off with this guy. This Dusty is a creep who victimizes women. He just does. It's not normal for a group of strangers, complete strangers, to all say the same thing and have similar stories and none of it be true. Okay. So let's get to 2018, where this creep was accused of assaulting a woman at a Miami nightclub on New Year's Day in 2018. And he was subsequently sued for $10 million. So this is actually a news story that was reported. So let's read. It says that this woman alleges in the suit that she met Songz after she attended a New Year's Eve party at Diddy's home on Star Island. It also says that the singer invited Jeffries and her friend to join him at a private table at the club. And it says that while dancing on a couch, Songz sexually violated her with his fingers. And it accuses him of pulling his hand away when she turned around. So the plaintiff immediately got off the couch, sat down, and was in a state of shock. And then another woman went over to see what was wrong and told her when she found out that Songz had also violated her with his fingers as well. Child, what is wrong with him? It says eventually Songz, Jeffries, and her friends left the club and got back into his vehicle. Songz took his shirt off during the ride, and fearing more assault, the plaintiff began recording the defendant Songz for her own safety. So he started stripping, and she pulled out her camera thinking that he was going to try to victimize her again. And it says that Songz tried to grab the phone from her, and that when she would not turn it over, he instructed his driver to stop the vehicle in order to forcibly remove her from the vehicle. So the driver grabbed the plaintiff and violently pulled her out of the vehicle while defendant Songz pushed her and threw her on the street. My Lord. And then at the end, oh my gosh. So I was researching this, And apparently a few years later, Trey Songz ended up settling the civil complaint from the accuser out of court. So this Dusty Nignog is clearly mentally disturbed. And this is why I say, like, even your high value Dusties, you don't want to mess with him, because this man has celebrity, he has notoriety, he has fame, and he has money. That is a recipe for disaster, because then these fools become emboldened and they think they're invincible and they think they can get away with anything. So just like we saw R. Kelly preying on all these women over and over and over again, and he never got caught, they start to think that they're invisible and that they're untouchable. So
Exes, shout out to my exes.
Hey, y'all. It is Lexus Exodus, leader of the Black Women Exodus. If you didn't know already, Black women are beautiful. Black women are intelligent and incredible. Black women are phenomenal and make great wives and mothers.
I want to speak to your manager.
Black women should be respected and deserve to be loved.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Black women deserve to be treated like human beings, at least. Listen, guys, if you're like me, you are so tired of your favorite Black female content creators getting harassed by the trolls, silenced on social media, and censored by YouTube. We work so hard to stand up for Black women, and although YouTube allows us to be regularly berated, ridiculed, and degraded by Dusties every day on the platform, as soon as we say one word to clap back, we're threatened with channel violations and are told to be silent or we will have our platforms removed. The biased algorithms, inconsistently enforced policies, and persistent trolling on YouTube is unacceptable and needs to stop. If you agree, meet me over on my Patreon, where you will be able to access completely raw, unfiltered, exclusive Lexus Exodus content. You will be able to access uncut, uncensored, and ad-free content, 2 bonus videos a week, access to the private Discord community, and much, much more. So meet me over on the Patreon at patreon.com/LexusExodus. The link is also in the description below.
Shout out to my exes.
Okay, so I want to keep going, and trigger warning, these stories get increasingly a little bit more disturbing. So if you're sensitive to content like that, please tread lightly. So in 2018, Trey Songz actually messed with an adult film star named Brittany Jones, who exposed him for being a whole weirdo in the bedroom. And she shared receipts proving that they were sexually involved. And she also shared some revealing posts about their sexual encounters, okay? So she shared this post that says, Trey Songz was into me because we are both sick and twisted, and he wanted to do some sick things with me. Things other women are too ashamed to say out loud. Okay? That's what she posted, putting him on blast back in 2018. And I remember this like it was yesterday. I remember reading these allegations because, yeah, it came out that he was dating Lori Harvey. And so she got triggered and started just blasting his ass and started talking about all of their sexual trysts and all of the freaky interactions that they had. And so she also posted, I wonder if Trey fans are mad because I hit him from the back, or are they mad because he hit me from the back? Ciao. So this is on YouTube, y'all. So like I said, I remember this like it was yesterday. This was a few years back. And I remember researching this woman, trying to figure out who she was. Since we're on YouTube, I have to be extremely careful about how much I share with you guys that I found out. But when this came out, I was trying to get the tea. And let's just say this girl's content consists of things that are very unconventional. Okay. So she's an adult film star, and the type of material that she's releasing isn't vanilla material. You know, she shares herself engaging in some things that are not conventional and that are painful and things that are really lewd and disgusting. All right. So that's all I'll say. I'll leave it there. And I'm sure if you Google this girl enough, you'll get the tea. But yeah, she confirms that this was why Trey Songz messed with her, because he's twisted and sick and she is too. So this fool is a creep, y'all. Okay. So let's keep going to 2019 when there was a battery complaint brought against him by a woman named Andrea Barrera. So let's watch this and then we will chat.
Woman accusing Trey Songz of domestic violence going public. Andrea Barrera told us this morning the singer violently assaulted her at a Hollywood after party 3 weeks ago, where it claimed Songz repeatedly punched and choked her in front of several people and no one came to her aid. She produced these images that she says show some of the injuries. Barrera says she has known Songz for about 3 years and is still haunted by what happened that night.
I had to go to the hospital because he hit me so hard that I had a concussion. I wake up in the middle of the night having flashbacks as it constantly replays in my head.
Last week, Barrera obtained a restraining order against Songz, but so far has not filed a lawsuit. The singer has denied the assault allegation.
Child.
Woman accusing Trey Songz of...
So this woman says that the singer assaulted her, choked and punched her, and knocked her to the ground after he got upset that she had been chatting with one of his friends. Okay. And so I'll also add the injuries here. So clearly this man is disturbed. He has a documented history of erratic behavior and being violent. Sis even shared the receipts. So I'm not sure why there's still uncertainty and people are talking about allegedly this happened. Like clearly this man is a dangerous, volatile creep. You know, where there's smoke, there's fire. You don't get a bunch of strangers who do not know each other from a can of paint saying the same thing over and over again and detailing similar accusations, and none of it is true. This man is a creepy predator. Okay. Let's also look at Selena Powell, who in 2020 went on a podcast and discussed how he's known for kidnapping women. Y'all, so it just gets more disturbing. And I'm not quite sure how this man is, you know, going so long, so many years with so many serious allegations and is not experiencing any repercussions. But when we think about it, we know that's what happens. You know what I mean? Like we know Blackistan defends these men at all costs, even when they're engaging in disgusting, lewd, predatory behavior. Look at R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Like Trey Songz is engaging in this sexually deviant behavior, victimizing innocent women over and over again. Well, nothing likely is going to happen because we like to cape and coddle for these fools. So anyway, let's listen to this interview of Selena Powell and then we'll chat.
Scariest things you've ever done. Let's hear
I
it.
got peed on too.
Peed on?
I didn't know what was happening. He just did it. He just like.
Please say who.
Trey Songz. I don't give a
Yeah.
Wait. How did he surprise pee on you? What?
Okay, so I go to the bathroom to wipe the off my face, like in between rounds. He follows me in there. He's like, get in the bathtub. I'm like, okay. So I do, and I'm like laying down. He is standing over me, like jacking off. He's like, put. I'm like, okay. So I do, and he's like, put your. So I do, and then he literally just peed on me like that, and I was like, what the on my eyelashes? And he's like, you're fine. And I was like,
You're fine. How many rounds has Trey Songz gotten?
oh, 5 million.
Really?
Yes. When I left, there was a pile of condoms going around. I was like, well, I don't even.
You wore a condom every time?
Yeah.
Holy
Thank God.
shit! This guy's got an
Did
invincible
you know
cock,
about
huh?
that? You told me.
What?
I wish she wasn't as nervous, but I'm not gonna make her go along.
He already got mad at me for like talking about him. I don't give
Who
Who?
cares? Just don't ever see him.
Terry?
no Trey. But
Trey.
every I know that is him does the same shit. Like
Did he pees on him?
yeah,
I think
and
his
he
kid-
took, like he took my phone and my purse away for like a whole day, held it over the balcony, was like, if you're trying to leave, I'm gonna drop I'm like,
but y'all didn't want to believe me. Okay.
And he's
he
just.
did the same thing to her. Like, he just does the same. He's like weird.
But so he keeps you in a hotel room for this long, and he's just f***ing you like a million times.
Yeah, and I kept asking like, when can I leave? What time is it? And he like just wouldn't answer. He was just ignoring me, and I'm like, okay. And then he was like, you can leave when I go like to my flight. And I was like, okay, when's that? Wouldn't tell me. I'm like, okay.
What a damn weirdo, y'all. What a weirdo. Okay. So this little IG pass around talked about how Trey Songz urinated on her without consent. And on top of that, he held her hostage so they could have sex for days on end. Held her purse over a balcony and told her that he would drop it if she left. And they talk about how all the women that he messes with say the same thing. The girl next to her says, yes, he did the same thing to me. This is not normal, y'all. This isn't normal. This fool clearly needs psychological help because he has some issues and he is displaying some very predatory, problematic behavior. Okay, so I also want to share this next clip of footage that went viral of him being a creep with a model who he had worked with recently as well.
I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain.
Let's watch that again. You see she's nervously smiling. That's an uncomfortable smile. And do y'all see how aggressive he's being? He's all up in her face, trying to bite her cheek. He even tries to kiss her and she backs away. You can tell. It's just a photo, but you can tell she's like, no. Like, be professional, Dusty. This is creepy behavior, though. This is creepy behavior. This is so unprofessional. This is a mess. Okay? So then, more footage was released earlier last year of him fighting another cop. This time just last year, y'all. I'm telling you, something's wrong with this dude. He has a documented history of displaying very erratic behavior over and over again. So let's watch this. This is disgusting. And again, this doesn't depict him being violent against a woman, but it's him being violent. And this is just another example showing he is not stable. And he displays very volatile, very erratic, and very inappropriate behavior. Finally, let's get to this year where basketball player Dylan Gonzalez also accused him of being a predator. Okay, so she released some tweets. And this first one, she says Trey Songz is an R-wordist. And then she says, Lord, forgive me. I couldn't hold that in another year. See you in 2022. So she actually shared this on New Year's on December 31st. So just a month ago. Okay. Then this year, she shared a statement on Twitter where she said, with what seems like endlessly reoccurring news of the alleged sexual assaults committed by Trey Songz, I'm forced to repeatedly relive in my mind and suffer anew the long suppressed horror and unbearable PTSD of my R-wording by his very hands at a well-known Las Vegas hotel. So you see what she says. She says that there's been recurrent news that have been shared over and over again of other women getting assaulted, and she's having to relive that because she's suffering from PTSD. So she's having to relive her own tragic experience of him victimizing her as well. So she also says, I want to send my love, strength, and hope to all who are victims of sexual assault and its fatal nature. You are not alone. I stand with you and encourage all those who have suffered abuse to speak out and come forward. Suppression of our voices only emboldens our oppressors, and you can't heal what you do not reveal. That is true. She says, at this time, I humbly request my privacy, consideration, and compassion while I fully commit to pursue the best course of action and all of my legal options. Then she says, gracias, mi gente, Dylan. Please direct all questions and inquiries to my attorney. Child. So not only that, after she released this, other celebrities seem to come out to co-sign how awful of a person Trey Songz is. And Insecure actor Serena Jackson shared this post. So he responded to her post and said, he is a bitch. Fuck that bitch ass. I hope he gets what he deserves. I can't stand his disrespectful bitch ass. Fuck him. Y'all. So that's tea, y'all. That's tea, y'all. So clearly this man is predatory. I mean, we went through a laundry list over a decade of accusations and allegations of people indicating they were victimized and harmed by this man. Are we surprised though, y'all? I mean, we know that Dusties have historically been degenerate. They lead the rates in violent crimes. They lead the felony conviction rates. They lead the DV rates. We also know that they're often Black women every 6 hours. So it's not surprising that he's engaging in this degenerate predatory behavior and he's a creep like the rest of them. And I think that Black women have a really hard time understanding that money does not make you a good person. It doesn't. You know, you can be high value, quote unquote, high value and have a large monetary value amount of money in the bank. But just because you have that money and that celebrity and that fame and that notoriety, that doesn't make you a better person. In fact, it will embolden who you truly are. And if you're already a terrible person, giving money to these Dusties, make them more of the monsters that they already are. And they're just further enabled because now they got money and status to be able to get away with their bullish. Y'all, I mean, we talked about at least 10 different occasions, several women who have shared similar horrific experiences about this dude, about how he's been abusive, about how he's inflicted pain and trauma and has sexually harmed these women. You know, this man is obviously a creep. He a pervert, y'all. Again, where there's smoke, there's fire. You don't just have a mile-long list of accusations from strangers detailing the same kind of behavior over and over again and assume that they're lies. This is a mess. And the crazy part, too, is Blackistan mammies will say, oh, well, he's attractive. He ain't got no reason to forcibly have sex with somebody. He can get it if he wants to. That's mammy talk. Mammies are silly. They're stupid. They don't understand basic psychology. Sick and sadistic sexual deviants, they get off on overpowering someone. And this is about them being able to dominate a situation. It has nothing to do with, you know, if you think he's attractive or his level of celebrity or his, you know, level of notoriety. Look at Bill Cosby. Look at what he did. And he could have had access to any woman that he wanted in this world. Even one woman came out and said, hey, I would have gave it to him if he just asked. He didn't have to, you know, slip something in my drink. These men are sick. They don't get off on regular, normal, traditional intercourse with women. This fool gets off on sexually assaulting women and victimizing them. Just nasty. So I'm curious to hear what you guys' thoughts are. What do y'all think is happening here? Do you believe these allegations? Or do you think these women are lying? Are they doing it just for clout? Are they doing it just for money? Also, if you believe that this Dusty committed these violent acts, why do you think he's been able to get away with this problematic behavior for so long? Talk about almost a decade, over a decade of story after story of him abusing and harming women. All right. Chime in down below with your thoughts. Until next time. See you guys. Bye.
endeavors. If y'all come across a red iPhone, can you please bring it to the sound stage? Red iPhone, appreciate it.